Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R730xd. In this video we're going to focus on network cards. Let's get going. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R730xd. Do us a favor if you find anything in this video useful, click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, so this video is going to continue our series, and it's going to be focused on NIC or network cards. There's two different types. You have the daughter cards, which are over here, and we'll show you a close-up in a second, and you have your PCIe cards. The daughter cards have a built-in slot in the back where you specifically can install them, whereas the PCIe cards will end up utilizing one of your PCIe slots. So for that reason alone, I personally prefer the daughter cards just to be able to preserve my PCIe slots for other uses, of course. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you the different versions, and there are you can do RJ45 and SFP+. Let's get going. Alright, so I wanted to get a quick close-up to show you some of the options. We'll put a list of all the options, and really it's not even all, it's a ton of the options that we've seen. I'm sure it's not all-inclusive, but there's just so many options that you can put in on the networking card side that it's a little bit crazy. So this is just some of the featured ones that we like. Personally, like I said, I like the daughter card option as opposed to the PCIe option. Not that these aren't a great option, but first off, you'll notice with the PCIe, you only get 2 slots. With the daughter card option, you get 4 slots. Advantage number 1. Advantage number 2, you don't use any of the PCIe slots, and there's a built-in place for the daughter card, and if you don't use it, you can't use it for anything else, so you might as well use it for the daughter card. So to me, this is the best way to go, but again, to each their own. And so with this, as we said, you can use RJ45 or you can use SFP. Right here is the most common card, and this is a Broadcom 4x1 GB RJ45. Very, very common. You can also get an Intel one, which is also very, very common, that are, again, same thing, 4x1 GB. Over here, this is one of my personal favorites to build with. This is 2x1 GB plus 2x10 GB RJ45, and this is going to be very similar. It's 2x1 GB plus 2x10 GB SFP+. Okay, so these are some of the more common options. Personally, I like this just because you get the 10 gigabit upload, so that's, in my opinion, just a little bit better. So these are my personal favorites right here, and like I said, the RJ45 one is what we use a lot, and RJ45 is just another way for saying Ethernet if you're not familiar with that terminology. And then back here we have kind of a similar setup, except for, again, there's only 2 ports for the PCIe, and this will be 2 10 gigabit, and this will be RJ45, and this will be 2 10 gigabit SFP+. Again, both great options, to each their own, and we'll show you how to install both of them, but wanted to give you a quick feature of what they look like. Alright, so we're going to install one of each type of option. So we're going to start with our daughter card, since that is my personal favorite. So we're just going to pop the latch and open her up. Very simple. In order to put the daughter card in, as you can see, there's this designated area over here. We are going to need to remove this riser, so we're going to want to pull this straight up, and that'll just give us a little bit of extra clearance over here. This is honestly a pretty easy install overall. You just need to make sure you have everything lined up properly and facing the right way. So for instance, you want to have your screws facing down, and you want to have your ports obviously facing in the back. Alright, so in order to do this, it is a bit of a tight squeeze, so you're going to want to put the ports pushed down, coming out as much as you can get them. When you come down, you might have to push this over a little bit, and then when you do that, just make sure the ports stay in. And then it's going to, like I said, be a little bit of a tight squeeze to fit it in here, but nothing too hard that you can't do. And you just want to get this lined up, okay? And then we're going to need to use our screwdriver. So now that this is down perfectly, we're going to grab our screwdriver. Make sure you get it lined up. You're going to have to push down a little bit hard just to make sure it's in there. And we're going to do the other one. And you'll feel it kind of tightening to the board. So I'm just going to make sure I have it fully in on both sides, okay? And then at the end, it shows these 2 circles. You just want to push there and make sure that it is fully inserted and everything is nice and flush. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and we'll do the PCIe version. Alright, so now we're going to install the PCIe version. Notice that ours is a low profile bracket, so that means we need to make sure we stay over here on riser 1 because all of your low profiles are the 3 right here and the high profiles are over here. So I just want to point that out. So we're going to remove riser 1. So we're just going to lift this straight up. And when you lift it up, you're going to need to push these 2 blue buttons. So the first blue button will open this latch that'll give you the room that you need to install the card. The second blue button is going to actually be able to open this latch where you can remove the existing brackets that are in there. And those are in there for just airflow and keeping dust out and letting air out as well, so it doesn't get too hot. But so we're going to need to remove one of those. So we're going to just take out our top one. And so with that out, we can now install the actual card itself. So this part's fairly easy. You do want to line up this bottom part with the indentation in here. So we're just going to line that part up first. And make sure you have it lined up on the back side as well. Okay, so really it's just lining everything up properly, and then once you have it lined up, you're just going to push it down and you'll hear it click into place. Really not too hard at all. And then you're going to push this latch back down to make sure that it's fully in there, and then you're going to push this latch back up. And now you can put your riser back in. Okay, so that was how you install your network card if it is a PCIe option. Okay, well, if you made it this far, hey, do us a favor, click that like, smash that subscribe, and do us a favor, if you use R730xds in your data center, or really any Dell, HP, Supermicro, Cisco, we would love the opportunity to earn your business. We custom build servers for data centers all over the world. Please email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Take care.